forward to later today. Alright. Bant walls. This isn't something strictly new with M20. We did gain some temples to help smooth out the mana a little bit. We've got Arcadis, the Strategist here, which lets your creatures that have defender attack as though they didn't, and it lets them assign damage equal to their toughness instead of their power. So we've got lots of different O4s and O3s, and then some various combat tricks like Aegis of the Heavens and Tower Defense and Dive Down. We also have Arkbow to allow us to power through to Arcadis should our opponent be able to kill it. It also turns lands, extra lands and stuff like that in the late game into other walls that can draw cards with this. So let's dive on in here and see how it goes. Honestly, the thing that always surprises me every season is, like, I'm not intentionally trying to optimize my free-to-play or just grinding constructed events, and, like, I had, I think it was 60 packs worth of gold saved, which is, like, not a negligible amount, right? Like, you only need, like, 200 or so packs to complete a playset, so, like, I had, like, a quarter of a playset just from playing between the last set release and now. Which, especially considering I had taken a lot of, like, the last couple of weeks off, that's, like, pretty reasonable. $63 free packs, yep. And I think it really, like, if you were someone who was, like, trying to grind free-to-play and, like, you only played constructed events instead of the ladder, like I do a lot of the time, you could probably have double that many packs. Like, if you were like 3-2ing most of your constructed events, you'd probably be pretty good to go. So I can play this, and then I can tap this and this, and I can play this and scry, and then next turn I'm attacking for 9 with hexproof. That's like, sorry, unblockable. Like, go high alert, attack you for, 10. Like, actually just gonna kill them on turn 4. It's like a pretty good start. How does that make you feel? Sylvan Caryatid would be absurd. Sylvan Caryatid is a very, very good Magic card. You think Paradise Druid is good? Sylvan Caryatid is infinitely better than Paradise Druid. It's like not even close. Especially in Goblin Chain Whirler, the format. Like, I would love a Sylvan Caryatid. And you're dead. You're dead. Bye, Felicia. They're like reading High Alert and reading this, trying to figure out if they can block. You cannot. I only have 2 Tetsuko in here. Maybe I should have 3 or 4. Maybe I should have 3 or 4. Maybe I swap this Gleaming Barrier, switch this split in the other direction. I could also maybe trim a combat trick for just another creature. There's only 21 creatures in here right now, which is probably a little low. Slaughter the Strong and Baffling End both seem pretty good here. My opponent was playing mono green, so Dive Down probably doesn't have much text. I'm going to trim a couple of Arkbow, because I would assume my opponent's not going to be killing my stuff a lot. Same reason that I'm getting rid of this. Slaughter works out well too, because our only creatures that have power are legendary, and they total to 4 power, which is awesome. I'd rather have Tower Defense or Aegis. I think I'd rather have Tower Defense. I'll leave a 3rd Arkbow in. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, I think the Aegis is probably too cute. The person who had submitted this deck had like 4 of them, so I wanted to leave some of them in. But I think that card's probably Vegda, I think I missed that one. I'm sorry. So this new Underlords thing is pretty wild. I agree. The new Underlords game is the best new game I've played in a very long time. I'm gonna be speculative and keep this in the draw. We hit any other green or white 1-drop, and this makes mana for us. And if we hit any blue source, we get to cast this. Never lucky. Rest of the hand's pretty good. I think we can probably brick for a turn here. This lets us scry. Perfect. Go ahead and use my mana here. I have to play Arcada's next turn as a 3/5. The fact that I'm on a bunch of Arkbows probably means playing more Tetsuko is fine. Honestly, maybe with the Arkbows I'm just supposed to play 4 Tetsuko. Rude. I guess I don't really care about a 3/3 if I have a 3/5 with Vigilance. And animation is so good. It's so good. Beep 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 doo. Doo 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 beep 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 beep. Beep 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 doo 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 doo. Do 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 do. I'm not gonna attack with these. I think I just hang tight. There's going to be a lot of cards that'll be sad to see go away come rotation. That's why it would be really nice if we had a sweet non-rotating format to play. So one thing that's kind of neat about this deck is that Arcades does not impact himself. He's only creatures with Defender. But High Alert doesn't care about your creatures having Defender. So I'm actually going to get to drop this High Alert into play here, which will let Arcades smack Vivien for 5 here, which is pretty good. Let's start with this. Well, that'll probably be pretty good next turn.
Anger only gets me so far.
Anger only gets me so far. This seems way better than the one that just gives +7. I feel like we're always going to have multiple things. Defense. Defense. Yep, you got it. Ready to get aggressive, chat? Are you ready to be aggressive? Be aggressive? Arr. Arr. Oh, Doran. Arcades is like super Doran. He like has better stat line. I guess that's not true. Doran impacts himself. The fact that he lets your stuff Getcha. Getcha. Hey, blah, blah. Well, thank you for the 5-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. I actually posted a video on YouTube talking about Historic. It's really, really short clip, but yeah, TLDR is I wish Historic had more cards in it. In my opinion, non-rotating formats tend to be more fun when you have more cards to play with. Let's do that. That WotC didn't take the coward's road. WotC took the road of least effort, the road that makes the format the least appealing, because they don't want you playing. They want you to play standard. Standard. If WotC could have their way, every Magic player would only play standard and draft, because standard and draft create repeat customers, and that's what they want, right? Like, they're a business. Their bottom line is important. They don't want people who register to play a format who then buy a deck and then never have to buy anything and get to play Magic forever, right? Hey, Eternal. 1 full month of defending around the realm and many more to come. Thanks for the 13. Pretty easy mulligan here. I don't have, like, I know I kept one lander last time, but we're on the play this time. I do have a Scry one, but I don't think that's good enough to, like, dig me into multiple lands. It seems like not amazing, but fine. We'll probably throw this Sunpetal Grove back, I think. Sunpetal or Hinterland Harbor, they're fine. We don't have double blue or double white cards. Doesn't really matter. The London Mulligan is here, and it is wonderful. It's everything I ever wanted and so much more. God, I love the quality of life shows you the token that it makes. It's so fantastic. It's so very good. Very, very good. Mulled to 5 and 1. Yeah, it just lets you play like more actual games of Magic, right? I mean, Winspinks, that's how you voice your displeasure. Companies don't understand that their decision-making process is bad most of the time until they start losing money because of the choices that they've made. Just the long and short of it, right? If it's not impacting their bottom line, they think they're doing fine. So long as profits are up, all of their decision-making is good in their eyes, generally speaking. Man. With the Wall of Runes, I get to scry one and draw a card. It's to, like, cast Sorcery Speed Opt. That's so good. They basically said they hadn't ruled it out, Mueller. They basically were like, this is this thing that could happen. Alright, so you get to play Arcadas again here. And the question is, do I want to jam this Wall of Runes, or do I want to hold up, dive down? I think I want to jam the Wall of Runes, huh? I mean, there's a quote from forever ago from one of the arena developers saying that we would get Kaladesh and that back in the fall, and obviously that changed, right? Yeah, random off article on other website doesn't really seem super relevant. That's not a direct quote. That's basically a gossip article. It's not even not direct, it's just gossip. That's like me telling you that Kaladesh is coming back in the fall. Like, I'm just guessing. Someone in charge of math ran the numbers and concluded that it was more profitable to push people into playing standard and not historic rather than selling extra sets for historic. Alright, sweet. So, Opponent took the bait, which lets us resolve Tetsuko here. God, maybe we do want 4 of this card. So we get to stick this and then crack them for 8 unblockable 2 turns in a row. And I've got Dive Down to protect Arkbow. So long as I don't die, if I don't die next turn and I keep my board, they're dead. Yeah, maybe Dimir Spy. The problem is it'll likely be like Brawl in that once they start it and it flops, it's gonna be hard to drum up interest in it. Like it's hard to pivot people's minds, like what they've decided. The roguish devil. Honestly, maybe 4 Arkbows is too many. Although Arkbow does make drawing extra Tetsukos less bad, so maybe if I'm adding a 4th Tetsuko, I want 4 Arkbows. Yeah, I don't know. It's all speculation and bullshit. So like, you could say what you feel, and I can say what I feel. Like at the end of the day, there's no actual data or facts. It's just like this awkward pissing contest. Or like my feelings are more valid than your feelings. It's just like it's pointless to talk about. It's like talking about the modern ban list. At the end of the day, we have no control over it, and people just get upset bickering. So you might as well just not talk about it. Focus. Yeah, dive down still lethal. They went to 12, and I've got 11 unblockable, and this kicks me up to 14 unblockable. Dunk dunk. Do 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 do. Slaughter the Strong, probably fine here. I don't know that I want Baffling End. Do I wonder if I want some number of Veil of Summer in this sideboard. The lack of Veil of Summer in this sideboard might be wrong. What am I trying? I need 3 cuts for these. I feel like this is a matchup where we're probably not going long enough a lot of the time for this to be good. I feel like some of this card is good, but I feel like this might be... I guess this card is pretty good in the face of steel spells, but I don't know that I want to board this card in when I'm also boarding in Slaughter the Strong. Honestly, this might be the card that I trim in order to fit Veil of Summer into my deck. Card seems pretty good. Veil of Summer notably counters Mass Manipulation, and it counters Entrancing Melody, which is sweet. Someone asked about Bag of Holding plus Arkbow. I don't think Bag of Holding's playable in a format where 3 mana Teferi exists. Just like not quite good enough. I think this is a pretty easy mulligan here. If this was an untapped land, I might get greedy and try and keep it, but with it being a tapped land too, just like too much downside. Yeah, this is pretty reasonable. Go ahead and keep this. I think I'm gonna go ahead and slide the Strategist down to the bottom. Might live to regret that if they have a steel spell for the first one. Go ahead and play this to start. Yeah, this is fine. To do this, do not need another tower defense. Give her runes. Hopefully, can help us find that 4th land to curve into this, which would be nice. And enough with thought, scour decks, thought erasure. Yeah, thought erasure. Veil of Summer is good against thought erasure too. We were talking about some stiff. Yeah, gonna have a really solid curve here, huh? I get to do this plus this into this, and then like we play this and then jam. Yeah, that sounds wonderful. Do 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 do. What's going on, Jin? Happy 4th. Rock my world, Nissa. Rock my world. Nature's true power. So what do I want to do here? I could play Arcades and then Tetsuko plus a land lets tower defense be lethal next turn, right? Because it's plus 10. This is 10, 17. So I think I just do this, and then if they don't have a thing and I draw a land, we can potentially kill them. Deckmaster appears to be dead this morning. I feel like Deckmaster has enough downtime that I should probably, like, fork it and put my own server up for it. Just so I have a backup. Brecken, thank you for the very generous tier 3 sub. I appreciate that. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for keeping me around. So we've got 2, 4, 6, 7, 8 mana here. Still dead to a land. That is not a land. That is not a land. I think I start with, wow. Wow! Look at that auto tap. Look at it. This is why you look before you drop, chat, okay? This is why you look before you drop. Hey, thanks, Gara. I appreciate that. I'm glad you're enjoying the Underlord stuff. I've been enjoying that game a lot myself. It's been a lot of fun. And I'm not really sure you need more copies of Arcades. Like, between High Alert and Arcades and, like, some card selection, I think you kind of have enough. Like, High Alert does a good job at redundancy. And, like, Vanafear and Neoform require you to build in very specific directions. Nissa isn't going to kill me. Yes, it is. Nissa doubles their mana. Nissa lets them, like, make another 3/3. Nissa's gonna make another 3/3 and let them double pump next turn. They'd have 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 mana. So they'd be attacking me with this, and another one. And these would be 6s, and these would be, yeah, Nissa, definitely need to kill Nissa there. This is gonna be a... So if I block like this, I take... Wait. They attack so they can't pump, huh? Right? They only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I block like this, I take 14. Right? Block like this, take 12. Yeah. Ooh, experience. I am on a bit early. I was up and I was ready to go. I figured it was best to start early today before people. It's a holiday in the US, so I figure more people would be around in the morning and the afternoon rather than the evening. The lands have Vigilance, but they only have 5 up, Sinister. So they had 2 lands attacking with Vigilance, then 3 lands in the back row. Which, again, was why we killed the Nissa. They're not quite young enough that they scream in the mornings, but Declan comes in pretty consistently by, like, 6:15, 6:30, and it's like, Dad, wake up, help me make breakfast. Yeah, if they hold back an elf there, I think we're still fine, though. This hand just doesn't really do anything, right? It's missing a color, it doesn't have any aggression. YOLO. And they say you don't get a scry with the London Mulligan. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Alright, just need to run off a couple of lands here. If we run off a green land and another, we're gonna kill them pretty quickly. You got it, bud. Oh-ho, we're halfway there. Oh-ho, living on a prayer. Take my hand and we'll make it, I swear. You don't want to craft Agent of Treachery. I'd encourage you to look at my deck list from last season. The decks from last season. Also, I would probably just play the party bus list from last season because the discard guy and the Blood for Bones are both, like, pretty bad if you're not, they're both pretty bad if you're not playing, Was this ever a deck before? It was not. Most of the decks we play on this stream are not decks. We play a lot of what I would classify as bad brews. Ooh, Domri with Growth Chamber Guardian's kind of sweet. And thanks for the 2 months, Ben. Welcome back. Untapped land. Untapped land. Untapped land. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Temple of Tilt. Temple of Tilt. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Beer, beer, beer. I think your conclusion is awful there, Foxicon. This hand was a fantastic example of a hand that only needs to draw one thing. So the question you want to ask yourself when you're keeping a speculative hand is, what's the payoff if I hit with this hand? If this hand works out, how good is it going to be? And that hand had absolutely everything I needed in it to be a very good Magic the Gathering hand. So I think keeping a hand that only needs to draw lands to win the game is more than fine. I want my Slaughter the Strongs. I don't know. I don't think I want Baffling End on the play. Maybe I don't want Slaughter on the play and I only want Baffling End. Yeah, let's do that. We'll board in Slaughter on the draw as a catch-up mechanic. So here's the thing you need to understand about Bag of Holding. In Magic the Gathering, when a card changes zones, it's a new instance of that card. So when you play Bag of Holding, and then your opponent uses Teferi to bounce it back to your hand, any of the cards that were under that Bag of Holding are no longer under that Bag of Holding. So every time your Bag of Holding gets bounced, you can no longer get things back from underneath it. They're no longer being held, they're just gone. So Bag of Holding is not a playable card in a format with Teferi, where Teferi is omnipresent. Yeah, if Bag of Holding worked like something like the card counters, that's a good example of a way that it would be fine. So looking for an Arcades or a High Alert here. Baffling End's not terrible. I am going to be at Gen Con this year. Christy and I will be getting in Wednesday night. We'll be staying till Sunday afternoon. That must have been a misclick, right? I think we're dead, chat. Yeah, yep. Bag of Holding will rotate at the same time as Little Tough-Free. So it's basically just unplayable forever. Do-do-do-do-do-do! Kill you. This deck is so hilarious. Tex Colorado, thank you for the 30 months of support. I appreciate that. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thanks for keeping me around. There's someone call the police. There's been a robbery. Yeah, tower defense is everything. Just like kill your squad. I think I'm cutting the dive downs on the draw. Maybe I split these. I definitely want the slaughters on the draw. Let's just leave the tower defense in for the insta-gibs. We put the fear of the TD in them, so let's make sure they stay scared. I always like when we have a contender for the deck of the day nice and early. Yeah, this is fine, right? It's got a wall, it's got a removal spell, it's got a high alert. Looking for lands and defense, not looking for that. Lands and defender creatures. What can I possibly do with this giant pile of walls? Definitely not kill you. Are they Naya? Is that the first white land we've seen? I feel like this is the game 3 and this is the first white land we've seen. Did they show us game 1? Okay, I wasn't paying close enough attention game 1. The very faint humming sound is the air conditioner outside of my house, which unfortunately is going to be running as long as it's 95 degrees outside. I assume it's fairly faint because no one on any of the YouTube videos has mentioned it, and it's been running for like the last 4 or 5 streams. And now everyone will mention it because someone's brought it up. Yeah. People, if there's one thing that spending 5 years working as an audio engineer taught me, is that people suddenly hear things when you tell them they're supposed to be hearing it. And most of the time it's like, no, that's actually just silent. It's actually just not something you actually hear. It's all psychological. Thanks for the tier 2 Bionic. I appreciate that. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for keeping me around. I think I just pass here. I think I'm just gonna pass here. Even if they like collision this, I think I'm still jumping with this turn maybe. Is this a free roll? Like lightning struck here. Really hoping to run off some defender creatures here. Slaughter the strong would be absurd, obviously. Tetsuko, yep. That one's not quite ready to steal for us. If I attack like this, they don't block, they go to 9. And then what does their backswing look like? If they want to activate this, they can't attack with these. Let's say they draw land, and then they activate this. This still eats here. And then this eats here. Or like this chumps here. And then I take 5, 6, 7. Well, they can block this. They have reach here. I don't think I'm dead to a land, so I think I'm attacking so I can try and kill them. Hey, look, it's the exact attacks we just talked about. So this blocks here, this blocks here. And then I take 5, 6, 7, and then they die on the backswing, right? This is 9. So if they activate this, they're dead. And if they don't activate this, I'm still in a pretty okay spot. Ooh, that was a bad tap. And now they're dead because they tapped their lands poorly. Are we 3-0? I think we're 3-0 with that win. I think that W puts us to 3-0. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. All right. All right. We haven't hit a blue-black deck yet, but I'm actually going to swap these Ceratops for Veil of Summer. I would love to play first. Yeah, this is fine, right? Like I've got... this is actually like really good, huh? We go Caretaker into Caretaker, Caretaker into High Alert. We did win. We are 3-0. We are undefeated. Are you playing the Walls deck because it's 4th of July and you want to celebrate the president? That is exactly why, Martin. That is exactly why. You took that nail and tapped it right on the head. We're gonna build a wall and the Rakdos are gonna pay for it. Huh? Shame we didn't draw a land there to attack for 9. So do I just High Alert attack for 3? I think it's just High Alert attack for 3. I guess I could have played the Watchdog and not attacked for 3 here. That's probably better, right? I could have like had another 3/3 in play and not attacked. I could have used the Caretaker, the 1 mana from it with this. It's like kind of mana neutral. It's like giving up a 3-pointer to play this. And I think you're right that that's the line. It's not a fully mana neutral play like you're suggesting, but it is a line that's optimal, I think.
Rise, my elemental friend.
Pretty sure I just have to kill this. How about if we do this, and then they'll block here, and I'll dive down the one that's hitting Nissa? Is that good? Because then we'll kill the Nissa, the forest will go away too. Yeah, I think I like this. And if they don't take the bait, that's fine. We still kill the Nissa and get in 3 points on them. Yeah, I don't know if I like the Arkbow. So the idea behind the Arkbow is like their extra redundancy for Arcades and Tetsuko, but they've been really clunky in practice. The idea is added consistency, but the functional result has been not stellar. Dive down is absurd in this deck. It's very, very good.
The storied past holds our future.
And they didn't attack there, which says to me they're probably not blocking. So this is probably lethal. This deck is it's just so funny. It's just so funny. Having three good 1-mana walls is like really good. Arkbow's been underperforming so far. I mean, like, honestly, Marty, I wouldn't be surprised if this deck's just good against these Bant manipulation decks. Just because the Bant manipulations deck don't have that much interaction, and they're very greedy. They're trying to just go over the top of other mid-range and control decks, and this deck, like, solidly goes right underneath them. Yeah, I should probably just have 4 dive downs in here. Maybe we turn a 3rd Arkbow into another dive down. Because, like, the fact this card is just giant growth, give your guy hexproof is, like, really, really busted. I don't know if I want any of these cards. Like, maybe I want Slaughter the Strong on the draw as a catch-up mechanic. This is probably pretty good, right? It, like, slaughters their Nissa lands, like a catch-up from Nissa. Let's do that. Do I want Veil? Like, Veil counters their steal spells, I guess. I think I'd rather have Slaughter. Let's bring in Veil on the play when I'm a little bit more proactive. But on the draw, I think I'd rather have the catch-up mechanic. It's like they're more likely to snowball on me when they're on the play, right? I was gonna say this is a good Hearthstone hand, but it's not even a very good Hearthstone hand, right? Like triple High Alert is not great. Wow, this hand is good. Yeah, keep. What am I bottoming? Is it Temple? I think it's the Temple. As sad as that is, because I have 1/2. I think I bottom the Temple and just hope to draw a 3rd land. God, that was such a good draw. I get to go Caretaker into Tetsuko into Wall of Runes, scry 1, find my land for this. This card's been like a wild Nakatl Birds of Paradise split card, and it's just been absurd. think I'm supposed to bottom that. I really want to hit the land next turn.
Let us see if you're. I think you will find my notes helpful.
I don't have the thing that lets them deal damage equal to their toughness yet, Marty. So I've been really good at having one of these, so I am not surprised like you just assumed we did, but yeah, these aren't just like 1 mana 4/4s and 3/3s, right? You have to work a little bit to get there.
Not fail. Harness the elements.
Seek and find.
The issue here is if you don't drop high alert, how does dropping high alert guarantee me pressure? If I drop high alert, they still just like sacrifice this, right? So it's like not that different. I think I'm waiting on Slaughter the Strong. They're gonna like play a bunch of crap out next turn. I think. Oh, that's not what I want. I'm gonna go ahead and play High Alert here. Like force them to do this. I'm gonna hit them for now. This might come down to like exact points of damage, and this being on 6 versus 7 is like a pretty negligible difference. This can always hit her next turn.
The past is never forgotten.
Hey, morning, Rock. Thanks for being here. Happy 4th, everyone.
The land shall conquer you.
Yep. All right. Is this the Slaughter the Strong turn? I think it is. They'll get to keep these 2 and they'll lose these 3. Is that worthwhile? I think so. I don't have anything else to do with my mana this turn, notably. So like, each player chooses any number of creatures they control with total power 4 or less and sacrifice all other creatures. So this is funny. When you click on creatures that have 0 power, it doesn't add a number here. So I hope this doesn't mess up. So I've highlighted all 5, but it says submit 2. So that. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh! Oh! Not the glowing red, no! Not like this. Not like this. Oh no. Ow. Ow. Man, flippin' static effects, huh? Flippin' static effects. It's not text that usually comes up. Especially not out of my Bant, against my Bant deck. This is fine. Not amazing, but fine. I still don't know what the static on Ashiok does, but I'm not gonna read it. It'll be more entertaining that way. God bless. That was not the high alert I wanted for Christmas. All right, high alert or Arcadis, both gonna be quite smashing here. I mean, you could argue, no, I think that's a bad comparison, Appletoons, honestly. It's basically the same thing. It's all strategic advice. And you could argue that it's not outside it's not, if everybody has the same amount of help, it's like nobody has it, right? Like, we're not saying give that to a single person, we're saying give it to everyone. And again, good software. One of the reasons why Arena is such good software and Magic Online is generally dog crap software is because Magic Arena isn't rigid to the fact where doing something that makes a better user experience but technically goes against the purity of the rules. Arena technically goes for the better user experience. And that's one of the things that really separates it from Moto. Yeah, Dusk Dawn. Yeah, that would be sweet. This is our first game without one of our 8 ways to attack, and it's going about as expected. Listen, I was told that walls work. My walls will certainly keep my opponent's creatures out, okay? There's no way we lose this game. Look at all of our big, strong walls. Look at all of our big, strong walls. I forgot to attack for 1. This is 16. We have 25 attack in play. Yeah, and I'm telling you that you would enjoy Magic Online if that's the case. I think, in my opinion, being rigid to the rules at the sake of making the user experience worse is bad. Old kids get off my lawn. Sure, but just because you're young doesn't mean you can't have old dated ideas. One last shot. It's the chance to roll Opportunity comes once in a match time. You gotta lose yourself in the high alert. It's lethal if we draw it next turn. Do 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 do. They drew the mass manip. Oh no! Oh no! They have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. All right. We're bound to lose a match eventually, right? We're bound to lose a match eventually. Ah, oh, we lost the free roll one. Well, see, this is a good example of how you be a professional Magic player. You gotta make sure you put your losses in the right spot. You want to lose the last round of Swiss. You don't want to lose the first round of the top 8. It's very important. Did you buy mastery levels? I bought the thing that gave you free mastery levels included. Because it was a 20% discount, Marty. What was I supposed to do? Not take a good deal? Magic Arena told me I was saving 20%. Yeah, exactly, GW. I'd be losing money to not buy it. Just gotta... Ooh, piece of candy. Candy. Sure. All right, everybody on high alert. Thunk, thunk. I don't know, that's where I get lost on that one. But again, like, it's really not different with the people that are arguing for partial advancement here. Like, it's no different than the game asking you, hey, did you want to target your own thing with that? Or did you really want to target your opponent's thing with that? In paper Magic, that wouldn't happen. And people do make mistakes in those situations. So, like, in my opinion, it is a good thing for the software to help the user not make mistakes. Honestly, I think it's unfair that the computer program shuffles my cards for me, because in paper that doesn't happen. I think when before the game starts and every time I search my deck, I should have to physically drag the cards around on my computer screen just to keep the purity of the game sacred. I am a pterodactyl. Thank you for the 20-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. The computer can and should make our lives better. Can't play that on one, but I think the rest of the hand is fine. That was virtual reality gaming. Yeah, what's tabletop simulator? Guy, I tried to play what was it? Dice Throne. Dice Throne doesn't have a digital client, and one of my buddies is really into it, so we played it on tabletop simulator one time, and it's real tedious. I'm gonna bottom that. Like, I have High Alert and Arcadis here. Yeah, exactly. How do I know they're not cheating if I don't get to cut their deck? Where is the integrity of the game, Wizards? No, we were saying it should warn you about static effects you're about to play into, and other people were saying it shouldn't. I'm firmly on the side of it should warn people. Arena needs a small child mode where you tap your lands at random angles and directions before you untap. God bless. It's not, though. If everybody has the same advantage, it's more than reasonable. God, how do I beat that card? Nope, they saw the line. They saw the line. God, am I supposed to bring in Slaughter the Strong in this matchup? They have so many anthems. Maybe Slaughter's better than Baffling End, huh? Let's try this. Yeah. I need to take that one off the table, right? That one's very strong and it's gonna get slaughtered. Yep. This is easily the best card in the matchup, so easy keep here. Yeah, that's another good one. Why does it leave the cards revealed? I should have to write that down on a piece of paper. There are a ton of small things this application does really well to make the player's experience better. Slaughter the Strong is definitely sacrifice. The thing that brought up our conversation about Planeswalker tooltips is we tried to Slaughter the Strong into a Tamiyo. It was not a good scene. Yeah, I agree. It's really bad that I can't have a life total discrepancy on Magic Arena. Where's the true of calling for a judge when my opponent tries to scum me out of the correct life totals? I feel like I'm not getting the authentic Magic the Gathering experience here. Yeah, that's fine. Once Arcadis hits, I just want every Watchdog possible. God, can their deck just like turn 3 9/9 or turn 3 7/7 or whatever? Let's like go white source, drop the fatty, drop it like it's hot, drop it like it's hot. All right, squad, suit up. Attack for 8. Go. Sure. But what if we had a judge watch both players and tell them how their spells are going to resolve? But again, like, when people, you're not arguing about making things fair, because if it was about making things fair, what we're saying is applied equally to both players. What you're saying is you want Magic Arena to be incredibly rigid, just like paper Magic is rigid. And in my opinion, that's a silly stance to take. I'm not arguing for giving a single player an unfair advantage. I'm arguing for making all players have a better experience by making things clear. You could also argue that the way Magic Arena presents the cards on the screen, making them extra tiny compared to in play, it's easier to forget about Planeswalker Static Effect because it's not a cardboard square that's much larger than this sitting on the screen. Should we have held Arcadis back? Yeah, probably, but they didn't quad block, so God bless. Wow, they had the Skyblade and we're missing the white source for too long. Rough. Oh, the dog. I had the dog, right? Yeah, I had a pupper. Yeah, the attack was fine. I had the pup in play. But again, like, so what you're doing is gatekeeping, Simic. People have always constantly argued against every little improvement. Exurg, thank you for the very generous tier 3 sub. I appreciate that. Welcome. Remember to submit the deck you'd like to see this month using the form on my website, or if there's something already in the queue you'd like to see a whole lot sooner, you can let me know, and I'd be happy to bump that up. Anywho, this deck was kind of a hoot. Tetsuko really overperformed. Having a bunch of good one-drops that attacked very quickly off of these was very good. Vivien's Arkbow is, like, pretty lackluster. I think if I were going to play this card in my 75, it would probably be in the sideboard for explicitly the control decks. Yeah, when they got rid of mana burn and damage using the stack, people made very similar, you're taking the skill out of the game, etc. I think I'd probably do this. This seems fine. I think this is probably good. Honestly, I have a banner for this, so I think I'm gonna put this one back up on my website. This deck felt very, very reasonable today and is a strong contender for the deck of the day. So I'm gonna add this latest iteration to the Stream Decker page for those that want it. And we're gonna roll on along to the next deck today, because even though that one was great, we've got a lot of different things we want to churn through, and variety is the spice of life, of course. Listen, my boy Sakura Tribelder had to take a real power level hit when damage was removed from the stack, okay? Can't we think of, will nobody think of the Sakura Tribelders? You only played Party Bus yesterday, or is that just the deck of the day? We played 7 decks yesterday. As always, if you're ever wondering what I've played throughout the course of a stream, you can find it on my website, magicesports.net, or my YouTube channel, youtube.com/JeffO'Glenn. 100% of what we play gets archived in both of those places.